As we go about our lives each day, we may never know what emotions people are facing. We simply do not know their story. Well, we want to welcome Suzanne Peters to WSAV today. And Suzanne is the founder and CEO of Woman to Woman International Network Incorporated. So good to see you again, Suzanne.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, listen, let's talk a little about your life. You've actually turned one of the most challenging moments of your life into a talent supporting women. You're a woman of fortitude, strength, resilience. However, you really did not get to this point overnight, right?
No, I didn't. I mean, we all go through things in our lives, and my life took such a turn for the worse at one point in time that I found myself sitting on the cold white tile in my bedroom apartment trying to figure out the best way to take my life. And what distracted me from that horrible thought I had was hearing someone's story on YouTube on my phone. And it wasn't enough, but it was enough to create a distraction. And that caused me to take a deep dive and focus and listen to more people's stories until I ended up spending that entire night just listening to story after story of people who transformed their life. They came back from the brink. And then by the time morning came, the question in my mind was, can I do that? Can I transform my life? And that's when I started speaking affirmations, talking to myself regularly. But what I realized is I was better at speaking life into other people than I was speaking it into myself.
So as you edited your script of life and giving women that platform to activate and to take action, these are inspirations from you. Let's talk a little bit about what happened last weekend, because it was simply powerful. Your Woman to Woman conference, and we want to show some video of that right now. I watched and I was totally amazed at your awesome spark and how you're supporting women.
Yes, because as I started to do that, I realized that more people out there were more women who were struggling with life's challenges, and they needed to be reminded of how powerful they were. But as I started to do this, I realized that I myself, there were times when I needed more. I lacked community, I lacked support, I lacked people around me who understood my journey. So I decided I wanted to create a community for the other women out there who were going through something similar, to remind them that, listen, everything you've been through, there's a higher purpose to it. You are valued, you are worthy, and we need you to keep pushing forward, doing what you were called to do.
And as you push forward with the mission to support women, I understand you're now working on a new anthology. An anthology is a compilation of stories. So this will include how many women? Tell us about that.
Well, our goal is to get 20 women. So far, we have already invited all the women that were honored at the conference last Saturday to be a part of this anthology. I mean, can you imagine the stories, the lessons, the value that's going to be shared in that one book? And although we do an anthology every year, this is the first time that we are actually calling it Woman to Woman.
I simply love it. And when we lean in to help one another, we are incredibly powerful,
yes, we are.
Even more powerful as women. Listen, if you would like to connect with Suzanne on her website, you can do so. Go to www.woman2womannetwork.org. Suzanne, you have to keep us posted on the anthology. I'd love to have you back on to share more about that, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for all you're doing for women.